Elsewhere in the North Towns in Niagara, closed is Saunders Settlement Road. That's the 31 in both directions from Miller Road to Mayflower Street due to an accident there. In the North Town, Saunders Settlement Road is closed. It's between Miller Road and Mayflower Street. Elsewhere, all the highways under speed.
Well, here we go again. How many people want to guess if the truck broke down again? Because it did. This was actually a couple days ago, and I blew another brake line. Now, if you guys remember back to last year, I hit the brakes hard in this exact parking lot when somebody pulled out in front of me, and I blew 2 brake lines in the front, and I end up replacing all 4 brake lines up front. You have the ABS box that's in the frame about midway down the truck. You have 2 lines that go from there up to the master cylinder and 2 lines that go from there up to each front wheel. So I replaced all those. It was in the middle of a storm, and I didn't have time to do the back one. There's only one back one that runs from the ABS box to the back axle. Then it hits a hose where it tees off, and one goes to each one of the back tires. And that one wasn't bad anyway, so I didn't worry about it. I never did it this summer, and well, it blew a hole right in it. So I drove from here all the way back to the shop to change this brake line, just like I did last year when the front ones went. And I got back, and I was underneath this truck with all the stuff dripping down on me for about 2.5 to 3 hours, and I ran new brake lines, flared the ends, and screwed them in, attached it, and I was good to go. So brakes were fixed, and it just seems like one thing after the next. I can't get ahead with this damn truck this year, and it is my curse. Any of you guys that follow me on a regular basis know the whole story with this truck and how it was supposed to be swapped out and this and that, and it goes on and on. And here I am just trying to make it through this year with this truck when I should have just swapped it out like I was gonna. But it was just one more thing that has gone wrong with it. So it just, everything just keeps adding up, and it is what it is. So it's back up and running, obviously, and after this I finished up for the whole rest of my day plowing everything, and then I'd gone home. Well, I was gonna upload this footage right here, and I never end up doing it because my computer. Alright, I bought a new laptop last year, and I only use it for my billing and for uploading videos. As far as this laptop goes, it came with a regular Windows 10 program on it. Now, it has asked me a number of times, do I want to upgrade to the new Windows 10? Well, I kept clicking no, I didn't want to do it. Well, it automatically did it one night in the middle of the night. Just went ahead and updated itself, and that program didn't work with half of my Microsoft Word programs, and it screwed up everything. It screwed up my files. It screwed up the Windows Live Movie Maker that I use to make these videos. I didn't like it, so I had to go in, and I couldn't restart it, relog it, whatever, back to a regular or back to a previous date before it did the upload. But it gave me the choice to cancel out the program and go back to the original version, which I did. It took, hours to do. Well, a couple days ago, the day I recorded this footage, actually, I got home, and after everything's said and done, I took a shower, relaxed, and I figured, I'm just going to sit and I'm going to upload this footage. Well, my computer had done it again. It upgraded to the new Windows program again. So I went in and clicked the thing to go back. Well, hours and hours later, it didn't reboot back to the regular program. It kept powering up, shutting down, powering up, shutting down. It was all screwed up. So I finally figured out what was wrong with it, and I went into I looked on YouTube actually, and I found out how to bring up a master settings menu, and I reset the computer back to the factory settings, but it didn't wipe out any of my stuff. It just reset everything else back. So it put me back in the regular Windows 10, and then I had to go and I had to re-download a couple programs that just didn't pop up on there. But you know, it was just a nightmare. And then I went on and I started researching on how to go in my settings to fix it so that my computer was not able to automatically upload this new program. So that's done now, and I don't have to worry about it. I should never have to worry about this again. So here I am with this footage. Well, right after this, you're going to see what I did this morning. We got a bunch of snow during the day yesterday. This here that you're seeing was an all-day storm. I hate all-day storms. I like the storms that come at nighttime. Then I can plow and clear everything at night without the traffic, and it makes everything so much easier. So we got an all-day storm yesterday, but it barely dropped anything, which leads me into this footage you see right here. I'm back in that same parking lot, but here it's 4 o'clock in the morning. That one that you had just seen was obviously during the day with all the cars there, but this one is in the middle of the night. It's, I think, like I said, 3:30, 4 o'clock in this morning, just today. Everything that dropped yesterday, it didn't drop that much. It wasn't worth going out even plowing. There was barely even 2 inches, if that. I just salted the parking lot during the day, so that it was still safe and good to go. So I went out this morning and started clearing everything up. You can see it's still lightly snowing a little bit, and it has been on and off all day, but it's really not that cold. There was probably 5-6 inches of snow in the parking lot, but it was heavy, wet snow. So I'm cleaning it up here and salting it real good, and then I'm going to go on to do the rest of my driveways, which you'll see some of them here in a minute. But it was just that type of storm. Today's Saturday morning, this parking lot, I knew that, as of 4 o'clock, when it started getting close to like 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 in the afternoon, I knew they were closing in an hour. I wasn't wasting time to go up and scrape it down last night. Nobody would be there. 90% of my customers are older. They don't go anywhere that often. They sure aren't going out bar hopping on a Friday night, so I didn't have to worry about going and clearing them driveways last night. I figured, forget it. I'm just going to relax. I'm going to get a good night's sleep, and I'll wake up early in the morning, which I did. So, it's all in all, it worked out great this morning. It's kind of snowing on and off today throughout the day, but I may have to go out later. I don't really see that I'll have to plow any driveways because it's not going to accumulate that much, but I may have to go up and scrape this lot again and then salt it. So we will see what happens after that. It seems like it's getting closer and closer to spring, and I really can't wait. I've been back watching a lot of older videos, and it's giving me the itch big time. I'm ready to put all these parts on these mowers that I've ordered. I've told you guys about. I'm ready to get all these parts on these mowers and get them serviced and ready to go. And I've definitely had enough of winter. I've had enough of plowing, and I just want to get back to mowing. So, a lot of old videos that I've watched forever, and I watch a good majority of them in the winter, back to back to back. They get me wanting to mow even more. I probably shouldn't even be watching them because they just fire me up, but there's so many different channels that I watch. As you guys know, I do have a bunch of go-to channels, and some of these go-to channels, like one I really miss, and I watched a lot for a long time, and he just kind of fell off the wagon, I guess. I don't know. I never see any videos from him anymore. It's Rene Romero, and he had Romero Lawn Care. I'm sure some of you guys know who he is. He has a pretty good amount of subscribers, so the majority of you that watch mine, I'm sure you've watched his. I really watch a lot of his videos lately, and man, it just makes me want to get out there and get back to mowing. I've had enough. The winter's been long. I'm tired of it. I've definitely had enough. So hopefully before too much longer, I will be back to mowing, and I can drop this plow off this truck and be able to say that I made it through this winter with all the things that have gone wrong with it. I know you guys have seen this driveway in a bunch of my plowing videos. It seems like I always remember to turn the camera on when I get to this point. I don't know why, but this is one of my favorite driveways to plow. I've been mowing and plowing this property for, I don't know how long, 6 years. It seems like 5-6 years, something like that. But it's really nice. I mean, it always seems like a nice place to to be in the middle of the night plowing. It's nice when I'm up here mowing. That it's just everything's so different about it because it's what's called the escarpment in my area, and it drops right off. It's like a straight down cliff, and at the bottom of that cliff is another road that goes down into the village and a bunch of houses. And it's actually where my house is, down at the bottom. I'm kind of like one of the little peasants at the bottom that they look down on, but pretty funny. But it's just weird that I always seem to turn the camera on in that spot on that driveway. I don't know why. I don't know if I've ever recorded this one. I've had this one for a long time as well. This one's around the corner from my house, and you see me stop right there. It's an extremely busy road, and you know, if I'm here at just the wrong time, which I happen to be this morning, it's probably 8:30 this morning by the time I'd gotten here, you know, the traffic starts to pick up and it makes it a real pain in the butt. There was that pine tree on the left-hand side of the driveway that's really big, and you can't really see around it, and you know, then to the right goes right into the village, and you know, people come flying, leaving the village. They fly down this road, so you know, it's a pain in the butt. I'm glad I'm able to push 90% of it up forward there. Well, pretty much all of it, actually. I don't have to back drag any of it out and then push it up right at the edge of the road and be out there any longer than I have to. I can just push everything right up. So, again, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all the support. Remember to, you know, hit that share button. Subscribe if you haven't already. There's so many different videos on my channel. There's got to be something for everybody. Thanks again.